Sacred groves of India are forest fragments of varying sizes, which are communally protected, and which usually have a significant religious connotation for the protecting community. Hunting and logging are usually strictly prohibited within these patches. Other forms of forest usage like honey collection and deadwood collection are sometimes allowed on a sustainable basis. Sacred groves did not enjoy protection via federal legislation in India. Some NGOs work with local villagers to protect such groves. Traditionally, and in some cases even today, members of the community take turns to protect the grove. However, the introduction of the Protected Area Category Community Reserves under the Wildlife Amendment Act, 2002 has introduced legislation for providing government protection to community-held lands, which could include sacred groves. Indian sacred groves are sometimes associated with temples/monasteries/shrines or with burial grounds. Sacred groves may be loosely used to refer to other natural habitat protected on religious grounds, such as alpine meadows. Historical references to sacred groves can be obtained from ancient classics as far back as Kalidas's Vikramurvashya. Beliefs and practices: typically, such groves are associated with the concept of a presiding deity. While most of these sacred deities are associated with local Hindu gods, sacred groves of Islamic and Buddhist origins, and some based on smaller local religions and folk religions are also known of. There are over 1,000 deities associated with sacred groves in the states of Kerala and Karnataka alone. In Kodagu district in Karnataka from time immemorial the martial community of Kodavas had maintained over 1,000 devakadas dedicated to Ayyappa the forest god. The Hindu tradition considers forests to be of three types: Tapovan, Mahavan and Srivan. Tapovan are forests associated with penance, and are inhabited by saints and rishis. Mahavan refers to the grand natural forests. Tapovan and Mahavan are considered to be a rakshasa for flora and fauna as ordinary human beings are not allowed to enter these forests. Srivan, which means, forests of prosperity, consists of dense forests and groves. From the former, people would collect dry wood, leaves, forest produce and a limited amount of timber, though natural ecosystem would not be unnecessarily disturbed. Groves were considered as spaces of forests from where harvesting could be done. Sometimes, specific trees like mango trees could be planted and nurtured here. Groves were associated with religious rites, festivals and recreation. Typical recreational activities associated with these groves included Jola/Jolan. In the villages, Pankravati, or a cluster of 5 trees that represented the forests, were maintained. These trees represented the 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air and space. Planting and nurturing of trees has been a highly evolved practice in ancient India. Vriksha-Ayurveda, the science of plant life and also a 10th century treatise of that title on the subject ascribed to Surapala, dealt with various species of trees and their growth. Verses 9 to 23 from this text indicate how mystical beliefs and conservation of ecology was interconnected. A person is honored in Vaikumva for as many thousand years as the days he resides in a house where tulsi is grown. And if one properly grows bilva, which pleases Lord Shiva, in his family, the goddess of riches resides permanently passes on to the sons and grandsons. He who plants even a single asvachtha, wherever it may be, as per the prescribed mode, goes to the abode of Hari. He who has planted her tree has performed several sacrifices. He has donated the earth. He would be considered a celibate forever. He who plant a couple of banyan trees as per the prescribed mode would go to the abode of Shiva and many heavenly nymphs will attend upon him. After planting neem trees a person well versed in Dharma attains the abode of Sun. Indeed, he resides there for a long period. By planting 4 plaxa trees a person doubtlessly obtains the fruits of Rajasaya sacrifice. He who plants 5 or 6 mango trees attains the abode of Garuda and lives happily forever like gods. One should plant 7 palasa trees or even 1. One attains the abode of Brahma and enjoys the company of gods by doing so. He who himself plants 8 Adumbara trees or even prompts someone to plant them, rejoices in the lunar world. He who has planted Madhika has propitiated Parvati, has become free from diseases, and has worshipped all deities. If one plants Xirinai, Dodimi, Rama, Pyrila, and Panasa, one experiences no affliction for 7 births. He who has knowingly or unknowingly planted bamboo is respected as a recluse even while staying in the house. By planting all kinds of other trees, useful for fruits and flowers, a person gets a reward of 1,000 cows adorned with jewels. By planting 1 asvachtha, 1 picumanda, 1 yogroda, 10 tamarin trees, the group of 3, viz., Kapichtha, Bilva, and Amalaka, and 5 mango trees, one never visits hell. Locations: sacred groves are scattered all over the country, and are referred to by different names in different parts of India. Sacred groves occur in a variety of places from scrub forests in the Thar desert of Rajasthan maintained by the Bishnoi, to rain forests in the western Ghats of Kerala. Himachal Pradesh in the north and Kerala in the south are specifically known for their large numbers of sacred groves. The Kodavas of Karnataka alone maintained over 1,000 sacred groves in their region. The Gujjar people of Rajasthan have a unique practice of neem planting and worshipping as a abode of god Devnarayan. Thus, a Gujjar settlement appears like a human-inhabited sacred grove. Similarly, Mangabani, last surviving natural forest of Delhi, is protected by Gujars of nearby area. 14,000 sacred groves have been reported from all over India, which act as reservoirs of rare fauna, and more often rare flora, amid rural and even urban settings. Experts believe that the total number of sacred groves could be as high as 100,000. It is estimated that around 1,000 km² of unexploited land is inside sacred groves. Some of the more famous groves are the Kavas of Kerala, which are located in the western Ghats and have enormous biodiversity. And the Lorkintangs of Meghalaya are sacred groves associated with every village to appease the forest spirit. Among the largest sacred groves of India are the ones in Hariali, near Ganchar in Chermalai district of Uttarakhand, and the Deodar Grove in Shipin near Simla in Himachal Pradesh. Kodagu, a small region of about 4,000 km² in Karnataka, had over 1,000 sacred groves. All numbers are quoted from the records of the CPR Environmental Education Centre of the Government of India. Starred numbers are likely to increase. The centre also maintains a complete list of identified sacred groves in India, most of which is online. Uses: traditional uses. One of the most important traditional uses of sacred groves was that it acted as a repository for various Ayurvedic medicines. Other uses involved a source of replenishable resources like fruits and honey. However, in most sacred groves it was taboo to hunt or chop wood. The vegetation cover helps reduce soil erosion and prevents desertification, as in Rajasthan. The groves are often associated with ponds and streams, and meet water requirements of local communities. They sometimes help in recharging aquifers as well. Modern uses: in modern times, sacred groves have become biodiversity hotspots, as various species seek refuge in the areas due to progressive habitat destruction and hunting. Sacred groves often contain plant and animal species that have become extinct in neighboring areas. They therefore harbor great genetic diversity. Besides this, sacred groves in urban landscapes act as lungs to the city as well, providing much-needed vegetation cover. Threats to the grove include urbanization, overexploitation of resources, and environmental destruction due to religious practices. While many of the groves are looked upon as abodes of Hindu gods, in the recent past a number of them have been partially cleared for construction of shrines and temples. Other threats to the sacred groves include invasion by invasive species, like the invasive weeds Chromoleana odorata, Lantana camara and Prosopagula flora. See also, List of types of formally designated forests, Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education. Traditions: a large number of distinct local art forms and folk traditions are associated with the deities of sacred groves, and are an important cultural aspect closely associated with sacred traditions. Ritualistic dances and dramatizations based on the local deities that protect the groves are called Theyam in Kerala and Nagmandalam, among other names, in Karnataka. Often, Elaborate rituals and traditions are associated with sacred groves, as are associated folk tales and folk mythology. References. Notes further reading Shifting cultivation, sacred groves and conflicts in colonial forest policy in the Western Ghats. M.D. Subhash Chandran. Chapter 22. PDF 2, Cultural and Ecological Dimensions of Sacred Groves in India by Kailash C. Malhotra, Yogesh Gokhale, Sudipto Chatterjee, Suniev Srivastava. Indian National Science Academy, New Delhi and Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Manav Sangrahalaya, Bhopal. June, 2001. Published by, Indian National Science Academy, Bhopal. Printed at, Nirmal Vijay Printer, New Delhi. PDF 3, Sacred Groves of India, an Annotated Bibliography. By Kailash C. Malhotra, Yogesh Gokhale, Ktaki Das. Indian National Science Academy and Development Alliance. A Copyright Development Alliance, New Delhi. August, 2001. PDF 4, Sacred Groves Sources. ENVIS. CPR Environmental Education Centre is a centre of excellence of the Ministry of Environment and Forests, Government of India. ENVIS Centre on Conservation of Ecological Heritage and Sacred Sites of India. ENVIS. CPR Environmental Education Centre is a centre of excellence of the Ministry of Environment and Forests, Government of India. Home page 5.